not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Oh my fucking god, being having surgery done for kind of thing really keeps you busy with series and everything kind of related to that. Like I didn't expect to want to see Charmed at all because I hated. I tried watching it till episode 5. I started hating so much, but eventually I got bored about kind of thing. I wanted something magical. I wanted to see something magical. I wanted to make me believe in magic. So I eventually came to the rebooted Charmed. That's not so good as the original. I very much recommend the original kind of Charmed, but I watched it anyway. It's about 3 sisters. One is they're all 3 sisters. There are 3 sisters. There are 2 sisters were already. The other sister came late in life. It's like Paige from the original Charmed kind of thing going on. She comes out, but instead it's just levitation kind of powers. And the 3rd sister is, well, kind of this bigger sister that's a scientist. So they also make this scientific thing about the Charmed. It's not so magical anymore. We get her. She's the character that also goes to scientists for answers. Even magic is like, okay, we're gonna have a scientist that tries to kind of thing. But she also falls in love with a white lighter. That's a little bit of a jump in the beginning, like a little bit of an over push kind of thing. A little bit of like, this is the guy that's a pussy every time. Hates spiders kind of thing. But he eventually starts to be more normal kind of guy. A guy that's falls in love. A guy with feelings, but also a guy that's can stand his man, because that's always kind of thing. No, they don't need protection. The girls don't need protection. We also get a cousin that eventually comes in the show that's transgender because she was born a man but wanted to be a girl. Then she wanted to also be kind of she wants to be a guy kind of thing. From a guy to a girl, and wants to be a witch, but that's where everybody loses their mind. And now we go all things to transgender rights kind of thing. Can girls that were men being guy kind of things, but those were pretty soft kind of done and very much not in your face too much, that I'm like, okay, fine, I can live with it. Sometimes it's forced, like masculinity kind of thing. There are some things because it's the CW that's like in your face instead of subtle kind of thing. But eventually I skip some parts kind of thing to keep me being entertained by the show. So I skipped some few boring parts here and there. Eventually there is also the new sister, the oldest sister. They also got this much family drama. For some reason it had to be more family drama than anything. The mother dies because the child, her firstborn, kind of was dead, and she got born back. But the only way that there could be three family members kind of thing is if she dies. So she could only see her father 2 years. She let, after those 2 years, she let her child go, because or else she would die. So she let her child go, and that's like one of those, like, I get it. I mean, everything for your child, even necromancy. So of course, a necromancy error is like this girl, that woman kind of thing. That's just nothing much bad to say about her. Just that she's selfish, and feels like, okay, I'm not evil. I'm just a woman trying to get in, and then it's like, no, I am evil, and try to be selfish kind of thing, and she gets destroyed kind of thing. But she wants to make demons going around the world, and that's also where the true one of the charmed ones is half demon, and because of that she has 5 powers, but she also says kind of thing. We have this journey of them. One is a lesbian, because this the CW, so one of the 3 sisters has to be a lesbian. The other one is pretty normal kind of thing when it comes to trying to include some kind of thing. She falls in love. We don't see in the beginning, we see some very CW, like, okay, we're gonna have this. But after a while, it started to be more normal kind of thing. Start to be more like, okay, she is just a girl into girls. Like, it starts to be like, okay, this is the show I wanted. Like, this one that you don't going about, okay, the problems about transgender, the problems about kind of thing, trying to get them to be a woman problems kind of thing, like only big, start to more be like, okay, we got those problems, but those are not the main objective. The main objective is a villain! That's what every show should be. Like, the villain should be the main objective. The villain should be kind of thing. And they do this. She becomes the source of all evil. But in this one, the source of all evil is not a person. It's some creation by evil that think that... so if evil touch it, you be evil. But if good touch it, you still be good. But you have too much power. She gets too much power. It goes to her head. I'm glad that it didn't do... that thing is like, oh, I'm a woman. I can't fucking touch it. I'm a woman. I'm the only one that can. Man cannot, because they get corrupted by power. But woman, they can do it. But in this, they did subtle more, and eventually there's also the dark white lighter in the original Charm. Dark white lighter were in a mirror version where everything was evil. The evils were good, kind of thing. In this one, the dark lighters can create what also make now freaking sense why he is so all goody two-shoes kind of thing in the beginning of the show, why he is all kind of thing, because he is a freaking white lighter that only gets his good sides. Like, he doesn't have evil sides, he doesn't have this evil sides anymore, where he would be like a bit more rough but still good kind of thing. No, his evil side got smoked away. We also got the first white light, and also in this version the white lighters are created by the witches kind of thing. The witches created to protect the white light, protect witches. He is also struggling if he wants to be human, because on some point the charmed ones get broken up by the spell kind of thing, and they cannot touch each other, but they want to be family. They cannot kind of thing. It's like this all happens. It's like in 3 seasons. I watched like 3 seasons. I don't remember exactly every point, but it was pretty fun to watch them struggling kind of thing, to watch them. But there's also the house is not so important after season 1 kind of thing. They have this house, the charmed house that always is like even in the original one, but in the original one is the main focus. In this one, it's CW, so they also make other characters main characters. One of the bigger things that they do is instead of the source of all evil, there is this the overlord, and there are overlords. This is like the woman kind of thing. It has to be a woman because it's a CW. It's a kind of thing. It's like there was this man that was the overlord, but he wants it to be good. He wants it to be thing. So what we get from this, women are always evil. No, but what we do get is like this woman. This guy, his father wants to. In season 1, it's like his father wants to be the overlord. But he wants to control the overlord, so he wants to get the source of all evil. But that doesn't work out well, kind of thing. He's very strong. He's very kind of thing, and he becomes the overlord. But it has to be half demon, kind of thing. So that's also why the half witch kind of does it. And then it's also like this man-splaining thing kind of thing going on. It's like, okay, only man can be kind of thing. And it's like, no, woman can. It's like, can we not just be, all be friends and not make it a woman versus man kind of thing? Can we not just be all equal? But, evil good kind of thing. So she gets the power, tries to, and controls it for a while, till she lost control. So the father is dead, but the son is still alive. The son also... While he is like, I have to try to find myself, to find how good I can become. He tries to become good, but eventually becomes the overlord. Then his sister tries to overthrow him, and it eventually works. His sister gets overthrown, but she is also being redeemed very fast. It's like she's evil for a while, then tries to be more evil by her demon sides back, but then she regrets having her demon sides back because it starts trying to kill her in her sleep. Eventually, kind of thing. So she cannot control that kind of stuff. She tries, but she can't. She can't control it. So she's struggling with that the whole time. She also becomes friends with Charmed Ones, kind of thing. It's like this friend she's the version of Balthazar kind of thing from Charmed Cole kind of thing. He was called Cole in the original one. She's like that version. So like first it seems her brother is that version, but then it gets shifted very fast to their sister being also not totally evil, and also kind of things like, so we don't get a totally evil villain in the show besides the first season. She's like the main villain. We get some other villains like the Dark Lighter, then the humans. Humans are the big villain. We get the Perfecti. That is like a new concept that never been seen. Even in the original Charmed, but we had like the source of all evil. What in the original one that was a little bit better done. We had to like the tribe, the Trinity kind of thing. Then we got the Dark Charmed kind of thing. We got those things here. We got a Perfecti that make like this big prison for creatures. Those creatures comes to hunt the Charmed Ones and try to kill them. There's this evil creature that tries to get all the evil from people. It's lots of trying to save money and make the Charmed Ones go evil, or kind of thing, or trying to get other versions of the Charmed Ones. Like they try to spare some money where they can, because there is not much of big evil going on. Because every evil mostly is somebody around them already, or somebody that gets corrupted by evil. The Perfecti are like villains that actually don't see the emotions, kind of thing, and just like keeps on, okay, this is the bigger picture, this is how it should go. This guy is because they are hanging out together, they should both be in prison, that kind of thing. And then it's like they kind of thing, they get imprisoned, but they're also like, they get back in prison. It's like, no, you need our help, but then get in bigger prison and they're stuck there. It's like, okay, now we're stuck here in this prison, kind of thing, back in the prison. They're very much the villains, and I like them as the villains. They were like the big villains that are like trying to get. It's also made me think about Raised by Wolves kind of thing. Those were also like Perfecti kind of thing, but those machines evolved kind of thing. But those made me kind of thing also without emotions, without kind of thing. But they trying to get this Perfecti, and they created a lot of stuff. They create kind of thing. They created this the supernatural order in the supernatural kind of thing. They were the two versions of magic created by magic to try to make order, but they went a little bit loose, and they can also alter reality. Well, because of that, they make the golem that could defeat the Charmed Ones, because the Charmed Ones seems to be the only enemy of the Perfecti for a while, till not. Like they were the enemies, but Charmed Ones able to imprison them, kind of thing. And now they almost got killed, but they didn't. They didn't get killed. But they got locked up by kind of thing, by their own creation that they just created. Now they're stuck there, again in their own jail, kind of thing. It's like, no, we went to sleep. No, but we went. And that's pretty much where the season ends, kind of thing. I mean, there is like the darkness then that comes. The darkness trying to get all the evil out of good people, kind of thing, trying to battle them, trying to kind of thing. There is the White Lighter killed his own version of the Dark Lighter. He gets his own life, but then when everything shuts down, he comes back and eventually gets killed, the Dark Lighter. The White Lighter wants to be in love with kind of thing, with the oldest of the sisters. And he wants to give up his powers. He becomes this baby kind of thing. This side plot of him trying to kind of thing, but eventually he is like, oh, you know, that's start off drama, right? I'm gonna become a good guy again, kind of thing. I'm trying to have my powers back, kind of. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. It has some good moments that I'm like, okay, it's better than I expected. Like the first season was like, eh. After that, a little bit more action, but it's like, it's still CW. You have to expect CW stuff. It's nothing over the top. It's better watched in one go, and I watched like 3 seasons in one go, and yes, I skipped some few boring moments for me personally, but I think it's a 7 out of 10. It's not so good as the original one. I think recommend the original one way better. There they had like this other band of sisters that were really good. Those 3 are like sisters, but they fight, but they're not. And then there's this plot that comes in that also makes up more drama, where one sister is not kind of thing. It's not a kind of thing. She drops a bomb. Then it's like, okay, my father kind of thing did something, but my sister is also did something. The kind of thing, and my sister is apparently not my sister, but her sister, so she's my half sister, not even my full. And the other one was too much excited about it. That's like, okay, you're not a sister. Like, those 2 are sisters, and you just like drop it like it's a happy thing. Yeah, you just drop that like kind of thing. And then she does like, there is a lot of drama in it, more drama than the original one kind of thing. Except I like this. I like it. Some parts I like about the sisterhood, like they are, even though they're not having the same but they have the same mother, and also makes that the mother is a little bit less slightly going from that kind of thing, and never telling them that this is not her father. But either way, it was pretty fun, a fun watch, a kind of thing. Better than I expected to be, and I give it a try. I really did try it once or twice, kind of thing. But now, finally, I got so bored, so freaking bored, that I finally say fuck it, and I watched the whole freaking series. And now I can fully say it's not the best. It's maybe one of the worst in the CW kind of shows, but it's also not as worse than ever could be. Kind of thing. I think the original one is much better, much funner to watch, much kind of thing, much more my pace of things. But 3 girls trying to get a kind of thing, being sisters. This feels like every time there is a drama. It doesn't matter what color they are, doesn't matter kind of thing. It's more like they always have a drama. They always kind of fight. And it seems like always trying to be cheap as hell. We don't get real good villains. They're either normal kind of thing, of their this witch kind of thing. There was also this one view of witches that I really liked. I was like, okay, and one of the girls is into one of those witches, but then the witch that they try to resurrect seems to get corrupted, wants to destroy all magic, and also humans as being the villains. While they have did that on the original Charm, to humans being a villain, but that was like this future kind of things. And even when it was human, it was like softly. Here they make the main villain, and I was like, seriously, humans being villains to the magical world? We've seen that 100 times. Vampire movies, this movie. I want to see some real good magical kind of thing. And we got that with the Perfecti. We got that a little bit. This darkness was a little bit, but I didn't like it. That, okay, again, just one of the Charms one becoming evil again. It's like, really? We're gonna go there. But either way, it's like a 7 out of 10. That's my kind of thing. I wish we had saw the girl again, because that was half white lighter. We also, I think she, if I remember correctly, eventually the oldest dies, kind of thing. And it's like, oh, there is another one, and that's why I attended, kind of thing. So she's maybe out the picture, I think. I'm not sure. On this show, I'm not sure about anything, kind of thing. I know it's not going to be so good as I have it in my head, kind of thing. But that's just my opinion about Charmed. What you guys think about the reboot version of Charmed? Do you like the original better, or you like this one? Let me all know down below, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.